Hey, it's ya boy, the Emperor of Oregon, Kale the Quick, out here testing some new magazines that I have designed. They are printed in segments, and then you are to glue them up together. And the reason I did that is so that I could print them flat like this, so it lets you do cool patterns on them. Like this one, you can also easily get logos on the first layer and get really nice surface finishes, and it feels quite good. They are 9mm, and they are intended for the CZ Scorpion. So they do have a bug at the moment where they actually throw your bolt forward, but hopefully that's not always the case. Sounds like it loaded up. Let's give this one a try. All right, so as we see here, did not lock open on the last, well, let's double check that's the last one. Yeah, nice and empty. Did not lock open. And I do have a little actuator there, but I will need to work on that. But what I'm actually out here today to test is the durability of a few different types of glue. There are 3 different types of glue that are readily available. So I have one here that was JB welded together, and you can see the seam of glue coming out. One that was glued together with E6000 glue. It says it's good for plastic, we'll see. And then one that was put together just with a common super glue, literally the cheapest one that I could find in Walmart. And that's the one that has the follower in it already, so check that out. So a couple details, more details on the magazine. You'll notice the feed lips are black, and that is because they are made to print flat like this, giving the layer lines strength specifically in the direction that goes around the cartridges and holds them in. And then the little floor plate, it actually prints like this. It has internal rails, so that when you slot it in together, it goes on the inside, but it also keeps it so there's no bulging at the bottom, so all the magazines fit nice and flush together. That's just a feature that I like. I thought it was really cool, and I appreciate it when they all stack nicely into a box, so that's why I did that. So let's load up the first one here. It looks like this is the E6000 glue one, and we'll try it out. All right, and luckily that one locked open on the last shot, so that's good. It means this one's working. This actually doesn't have a different follower design than the purple one I tried earlier, but for some reason it is working. Unfortunately, it is too wide, and the bolt hold open actuator, the actual metal piece of it, rubs up on the magazine on the inside. So when I pull it out, you may be able to see this will move. Oh, or I'm a complete piece of shit and it will work perfectly fine. Well, fantastic. It's not consistent. What a lovely problem to have. Okay, so this is the smaller one. Again, the E6000 glue one. And I'm loading up the last 4 rounds to get it to 20 to see if it explodes. I'm already seeing some flexing here. Now, these were all printed just in PLA. Literally nothing fancy about that. Just did that because I wanted them to fail earlier, because obviously it's easy to, once I get the design and geometry all working, it's easy to upgrade that to a more engineering grade polymer. Now, boom, 20 rounds, printed magazine. The only thing in here that it was not made by me, other than the cartridges of course, was the spring, but I'm working on that too. It has an OEM 20-round spring in there, so I know the spring is good for that. Let's try it out. Sounds like it loaded up. Should be hearing safe with this one. Barely. It's smacking the wood and the rocks. My targets fell down. Is louder than the firearm. Oh, I hit something metal. Oh, it's my target. It fell. But I can still hit it. Ha. Actually, I should not shoot that. That's a bad idea. Oh. All right, look at that. Locked open again. Let's see if it pulls itself forward when I pull the mag out. I'll keep it in the right orientation this time. Hit the mag release. Yeah, so that's because this side of the magazine rubs up on the actuation lever. So there's a little bit extra friction and pulls it out. All right, got the super glued one together. Got 11 rounds in there. It's fuck Bob Ferguson. Let's load it up. A little tight, noted. Subsonic, let's go. All right, locked open again. But again, we'll see, just pulled mag. And yeah, it had to go forward. All right, gonna switch to the JB welded together one, and I'll check that out. All right, testing the last one. This is the first one that I printed with the recent design. This one is JB welded together. And I did miss a spot. There's a small gap at the back here. See that tiny little gap right there? That should have been filled with JB weld to anchor the feed lips to the body and prevent them from bowing out. So that is a point of failure that I'm worried about. So supersonic 9mm clicks in. Nice. Yeah, let's send it. All right, yeah. So I did get a failure right where I expected it. Try to remember gun safety. Yeah, so failure right where I remembered it, or right where I thought it would be. So I'm gonna lock the bolt back all the way, pour out my extra 9mm bullets. And yeah, it's mangled. Oh yeah, there we go. Exactly, not what I wanted. And I can see shear marks and everything. Yeah, so definitely got to iterate on the design. That little gap back there is a point of weakness that you would need to shore up with glue. So in a better design, that just wouldn't be possible. Like it would interleave together or have like a scarf joint or something to help assure that that is glued and bonded. All that jazz. All right, well, I'm gonna shoot off a few more rounds out of the larger purple one, which is also JB welded together, but doesn't have the feed lip issue. All right, this will be our last test of the day. I took the larger purple one, loaded it up with 30 rounds in there, and hopefully we're able to get through it all. Oh, nope, right off the bat. Feed lips sheared off. Fantastic. That's gonna be a mess. All right, so a little bit of a final after action review. We did have 2 failures. They were the JB welded ones. The magazine bodies did not fail, but the feed lips both sheared off entirely. You could see leftover glue there. And this was with the suppressor, so maybe a little bit of extra back pressure had something to do with that. Well, actually the purple one, that was on the initial load. But yeah, so these failed. The larger one failed when I did load it for 30 rounds, so that was a bit more pressure pushing outward on the glue there. This one was not loaded or overloaded or anything like that, and normally I was expecting the glue joints here to survive 5 or 10, 11 rounds. So these are good data points. Obviously gonna have to review the videos, all that jazz, but the 2 that survived were the E6000 glue and the super glue, like the cheapest Walmart super glue you can get. It was like $2 for 6 little tubes or something like that. And yeah, I don't think these would survive being loaded to the level that this one was, but I'll have to just print some more, because you can just print mags and see how it works out. Thank you again. I'm Kale the Quick. Don't die.